Tapped in. Keep the credit, I'ma get it on the back end. Kick rocks, cutting corners, trying to cash in. We still outside, high as gas is. Watch them force you to EV. Tried to cut me out, but you need me. My value never shows up in the box score. A plus minus they never could have accounted for. No referee can save you. We just scout and report. And even then.
All right, you guys, I got a special video for you guys on today. I got another prospect for you, and it's a hidden gem. Donovan Ezeiruaku is one of my favorite players in this draft, man. I've been watching this kid and pondering on this kid all last night. I was just thinking about, man, this dude is really going to be a steal for somebody. You know, when Aaron Donald got drafted in 2014, nobody knew that Aaron Donald was going to be as good as he was. No one knew that Aaron Donald was going to dominate the NFL the way he did. Now, I'm not saying that Donovan is going to dominate the NFL like Aaron Donald did, but man, this dude is nice. I don't care about the competition where people say, well, he didn't compete against the SEC. Basically, that's what people are saying when they say that, you know, they didn't really play anybody. The SEC can sometimes be overrated. Yes, it's a lot of good teams over there, but it's only a few teams that dominate over there. What you got, LSU, you have Florida at sometimes whenever they're good, but Alabama pretty much dominates. And now you have Texas and Oklahoma, who has just joined them last year. But people always talk about the level of competition. It's still college football at the end of the day. It's still football. You still got to put on your pads. You still got to put on a helmet. And you still got to go out there and make it happen. Donovan Ezeiruaku is all what he did last season was make it happen. He's a bit undersized, between 6'2", 6'3", somewhere in there. Some people may say he's even 6'1". I don't know. About 250 pounds. His stats last year was off the charts. 80 tackles. You heard me right. And I'm going to say it again. 80 tackles. 20.5 tackles for loss. 16.5 sacks on the season, right behind Mike Green. 1 PD, and 2 forced fumbles. This kid was all over the field. And I was wondering, man, because I started thinking about Aaron Donald. I'm like, man, how is this kid dominating these big offensive tackles the way he is? And I saw his arsenal of moves, from the swim over to the chop to the swims, the spin-off moves, everything. This kid was able to do a lot of things, man. Donovan Ezeiruaku is going to make some team proud on draft night. This kid is projected to be anywhere in the first round to the second round. And he pretty much tore it up at the combine as well. He did pretty well, tested pretty well at the combine as well, man. But I love what this kid brings to the table. Brad Holmes, if you're listening, please, man, do your homework on Donovan Ezeiruaku. I know that you was a part of the team when you drafted Aaron Donald. But, man, look at what this kid is able to do. Look at his tackling. Look at his pass rush. Look at his run defense. You tell me that the Detroit Lions can't use this? You're telling me that the Detroit Lions can't use this type of player? This dude would make that defensive line so much better. He is relentless, man. I love this kid's tape. I just could not stop thinking about how good this kid could actually be in the NFL. I know that he's a tad bit smaller, but he got long arms, which I really, really enjoy and love about this kid. He is turned out to be one of my favorite players in this draft. You know, when you're drafting to find talent that you hope nobody else will be able to discover. Now, it's going to be a lot of NFL scouts knowing what this young fella can do and bring to the table. But Donovan is a very good football player, man. He has over 30 career sacks, which is just telling me that he can produce. You want somebody, to me, the Detroit Lions don't need to just grab anybody. They need to grab players that have a work ethic, and that can produce on the field. That's the biggest thing that they're missing. They're missing athletic guys that got speed to be able to chase these dual threat quarterbacks. And I think, man, imagine if you get this kid, he'll be able to run after these dual threats, and he'll be able to keep that outside containment and set the edge. This dude, and definitely he can add some more muscle to his frame if that's what you're concerned about as a Detroit Lion fan. But Donovan Ezeiruaku, man, this dude is the real deal, man. And I don't care what people is saying or what people are thinking. When you see the film on this guy and you watch him, he's gonna give you chills up your bones. If you love to see a D-line be able to put pressure on the quarterback, be able to stop the running back in the backfield and set the edge, this young fella can do it all. Donovan Ezeiruaku saw his stock. He saw his stock rise after a strong 2024 season up into the top 50 on the NFL draft analyst Daniel Jeremiah's big board. He is projected to be taken with the 19th selection by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We can't let the Buccaneers get a hold of this guy, man. Come on, Detroit. Come on, Brad Holmes. Open up your eyes and go get a guy that can produce. In his latest mock draft, Ezeiruaku has experience playing with his hand in the dirt and being a stand-up pass rusher, and presents a versatile portfolio for teams looking to enhance that position. Detroit, we are looking to enhance that position. He shows excellent bend to the outside shoulder as a pass rusher with a bull rush and a two-hand swipe move. Refining these skills this past season instead of relying mostly on his athletic ability or athleticism, Ezeiruaku shows a willingness to get his hand in the dirt and in the run game while showing gap discipline on zone reads. This dude is perfect to be able to stop these dual threat quarterbacks. He is perfect, man. He is the perfect solution to being able to slow them down. Now, you're not going to be able to slow them down on every single play, but being able to stop people the way they have been able to run over the Detroit Lions for the past couple seasons. Yeah, I know you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, man, he has Aaron Donald up here. Why does he have Aaron Donald up here? Well, the reason why I want to talk about Aaron Donald, because Aaron Donald is definitely the best defensive tackle I've ever seen in my life. And there's been a lot of good defensive tackles. Even we had one a few years ago, a few years past, and we know who that was. That was Sue. But Sue was not able to do the things that this man Aaron Donald was able to do on the field in 10 seasons. This dude dominated 10 Pro Bowl appearances, 8 All-Pros, Rookie of the Year. Not only was he the Rookie of the Year, he was also 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Aaron Donald was an exception to the rule that a lot of people don't look at sometimes, because we're always caught up in measurables. We're always caught up in how tall somebody is. We're always caught up in how long somebody's arms are. Look at the things that was said about Aaron Donald when he came in the league as a rookie. So just because scouts go out there and do their work, that don't mean that they get it right all the time. Remember, he's undersized. Aaron Donald is what, 6 foot, 6'1", somewhere in there, between 6 foot and 6'1". How did a man this stature be able to dominate the NFL the way he did? That's the reason why I'm telling you guys, don't look at just the size of somebody. Look at their heart and their ability to play on film. The tape ain't going to lie to you. And that's why I'm talking about Donovan the way that I am. Because just because he's 6'2", or maybe somewhere between 6'1" and 6'3", just because he's a smaller defensive end doesn't mean that he can't produce on the field. Sometimes just because the person measurables is not what you want, because we know that the Lions are known for getting the big defensive ends, that doesn't have to always be the case. The Lions need to get athletic, and the Lions need to get more speedy on the defensive line. And they need guys that can get to the quarterback, not only just get pressures, but able to seal the deal. They're able to make plays on the field. They can knock and bat balls down. They bring a lot of versatility to the game. But look at the stuff that was said about Aaron Donald as he came into the league. I never knew that Aaron Donald was going to dominate the NFL. Nobody knew this, and he was undersized. Look what they said. If Donald were bigger, he would be a top-rated tackle and a high first-round pick. Over the past 3 seasons, Donald was one of the best interior defensive linemen in college football. And guess what? He didn't go to Alabama. He went to Pittsburgh. He didn't play at Michigan. He didn't go to Georgia. He didn't go to Florida State. So the reason why I wanted to just bring up Aaron Donald, because I just think that sometimes we get caught up in all the measurables and all the hype. You have to know a dog when you see one. It's called the eye test. When you're watching film, don't let your eyes deceive you, man. What you see is real. What I see in this kid right here is a relentless kid with a high motor, man. And this dude is going to bring it every time. And that's what I want on my team. I want this type of dude on my team. Now, Ezeiruaku, as a team captain, he recorded over 80 tackles this season. 20 and a half tackles for loss, man. That means that this guy lived in the backfield. He ate his lunch in the backfield every day. 16 and a half sacks. That is crazy for a man of his stature, right? 3 forced fumbles and 1 pass breakup in 2024. He was named the Athletic Coast Conference Defensive Player of the Year. He won the Ted Hendricks Award for the nation's top defensive end and was named first team All ACC and was named first team All-American. Come on, Detroit. Come on, Brad. You're looking at talent right before your eyes. Wake up and smell the coffee, man. This dude brings to the table what you want to see in a pass rusher. Somebody that can get to the quarterback and make plays. Smooth body control that allows easy change of direction on an island. He greets blockers with impactful punches with his long arms. Speed to get by the blockers with his speed rush to get to the backfield. Play recognition always allows him to be in a position to make tackles, and his closing ability allows him to make that tackle. He always leans forward on his pass rushes, and his hands is always active. He has a portfolio of a pass rush technique that he is proficient to keeping tackles guessing what he's going to do. Weaknesses. When he works underneath the tackle, he loses contain on the ball carrier. When bigger blockers get advantage over him, he will get engulfed out of the play. He needs to become stronger on the bull rush to collapse the pocket, and he also needs to refine his pass rush repertoire, which I already think that this kid is pretty good, man. They're comparing him to Yannick Ngakoue, which I don't think is bad. Yannick could get to the quarterback as well, but bottom line, Donovan Ezeiruaku is a beast. Brad Holmes, please wake up, man, and make sure you do your homework. Put this kid on your big board. Donovan Ezeiruaku is a prospect who has experience playing in 3 and 4-man fronts. He is a bit undersized, which can get him engulfed by blockers at times, but he has the quickness, the long arms, and a technique that allows him to get off blocks and quickly the majority of his time. Ezeiruaku has a movement with his long arm causing problems for opposing blockers when he rushes the passer or by setting the edge in the run game. He is also a disciplined player who never is out of position to make a play, which will allow his teammate to make the right plays to stop the opposition. Ezeiruaku is a player who will be a productive 3-down player in the next level. Brad Holmes, whatever you do, please wake up, man. Talent is right before your eyes. This dude could be a Detroit Lion. Come on, Brad. Make it happen, man. We need a dog on our team, and Donovan is a flat-out dog.